It's been a wonderful week, and no better way to wrap it up than with a chat with Pat.
Yes, and today we have with us Brother Joseph Freyaldenhoven. I hope I said that right. He is a chemical engineer, and he became a lay brother at Journeys of Faith. It's a secular institute founded by Bob and Penny Lord. He writes for his blog, and he believes firmly we are all called to be saints, and we should store up treasure in heaven. And he writes about miracles of the Eucharist, Marian apparitions, and Catholic saints at his blog. So welcome, Joseph. How are you doing today? Hello. Welcome, Joseph. Is he there?
Should be here, yeah.
Oh, did I lose him?
No, he's still on the line.
Oh, is he? Can we hear him? I can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
Hello?
Well, he was in transit between two places.
Oh, okay.
Might need to give him a chance
problem.
to call us back and make a better connection. Tell us a little bit about what intrigued you about this story, Pat.
Well, the reason I like this story, first of all, I'm always looking for things with saints, right? Because I think they're great models for us. And this is from an online kind of magazine that I look at called Catholic Stand, and I've had other people on that have written for this. But the topic or the name of the article grabbed my attention: Prophecy of the Last Days by Saint Louis de Montfort. And, Louis de Montfort is well known for about the Virgin Mary, writing, about the virtues of Mary, have done a lot on St. Louis de Montfort over my years doing different radio programs. So I was kind of interested in what kind of prophecies does he write about in the sense of end times, and so that's what the author does. He talks about true devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, that work that he did, but then he talks about him describing a period of heightened spiritual conflict. And he talks about the emergence of apostles of the latter times.
We have Brother Joseph back. He's now in a safe Wi-Fi zone.
Hello, Joseph. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I started saying before you couldn't hear it, what a feast day we have. And we just got out of Mass, and I was switching Wi-Fi's to get into the chapel here, and it locked me out there for a second. But I'm good. I'm great. So let's go.
Okay, thank you. Well, I was just talking a little bit about, Dave asked me why I wanted to, what caught me about this article. But I want you to kind of tell us, because you start with talking about the birth of Louis de Montfort. So tell us what it was about his birth that made people even think this was something special.
Well, go back a little bit. What happened in my life was in 1987 was the Pope John Paul II wrote about Mother of the Redeemer. And in that encyclical, he insisted, which is very seldom done, he insisted that the faithful study the life of Saint Louis de Montfort. And so I did, and I started reading these books. And this was before I joined the ministry. And one of the books has that prophecy in it. And after I got to the ministry, Bob and Penny Lord, they also loved Louis de Montfort, so we talked about the prophecy, and we put it in their book, Visionaries, Mystics, and Stigmatists, in 1994, I think the day was.
Okay.
So we've had a love relationship. Journeys of Faith has had a love relationship with St. Louis de Montfort for over 40 years.
Wow. So what does he mean when he talks about apostles of the latter times? You bring that up in your article.
Yeah, okay. So now the Pope John Paul II, he referred many times to the new evangelization and the new Pentecost, and even referred to time or two the triumph of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. These are all tied together when Louis says the greatest saints ever will come in the last days. And so the other part of that is the mystical body of Christ, the church, has to go through the crucifixion to get to the resurrection. Mm-hmm. And I think it's all tied together. And what we're seeing in the church right now is such a rejuvenation mm-hmm. of the youth all around the world. And I think I'm beginning to see a glimpse, like Elijah saw that little cloud. Personally, I think I'm seeing a little glimpse of the new Pentecost, the new evangelization, and possibly the triumph of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I love, how you talk about when he describes kind of when St. Louis describes kind of this period of heightened spiritual conflict. He says apostles will be marked by humility, poverty of spirit, and enduring persecution. I think, man, this is something all of us who claim to be disciples have to be very aware of. So you talk about end times, but I don't think you're like saying, well, this is, he's telling us when the end times are coming. You're just saying these are marks, right, that we will see?
Yes. Yeah, and also remember, some theologians say the end times started on the day Jesus was crucified. Other mm-hmm. theologians say it started in the Middle Ages, and others say it started in the 15th century. So basically, we've been in the end times for thousands of years. So don't worry about that. We're still plenty of. Don't get all frustrated and everything. Everything, God's in charge. He knows what He's doing. But what I think the message I'm trying to convey is that there's something wonderful happening. And yes, persecution, if you're in ministry and you're not being persecuted, you need to look around and pray and find out what's wrong, because if you're in ministry, you are being persecuted. We are being persecuted by the secular world every single day.
So
in some form or another.
Right. So how does Mary figure in, the Blessed Virgin Mary, figure into all of this when we talk about his kind of prophetic look at end times?
Well, here's how. I'll try to keep it short.
That's okay.
Mother Mary was quiet in the Bible, silent for the most part.
Right.
But Louis says in the last days, Mother Mary will be as John the Baptist, proclaiming the gospel. And that's kind of like, think of all the apparitions. And remember, Medjugorje, the first apparition was on the feast of the birth of John the Baptist. So the church is sort of saying to us that Mary is right now John the Baptist. Now, if Mary is acting as John the Baptist, make straight your paths. The day of the Lord is coming.
Yeah.
That sort of indicates to me that at some point we're going to start to see the new Pentecost.
Yeah, I love it.
The new coming, the new evangelization, and with that, I think one of the proofs of it is right now is the youth.
Yeah. I think you're right. Well, thank you so much, Brother Joseph, for writing this article and for taking time to be with us today. You have a good weekend.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.